The 100 Dresses Part 2. Introduction. This chapter is sequel of 100 Dresses Part 1, in which we read that Wanda Petronsky had to quit the school because she was teased by her classmate Peggy and others for her funny name and appearance. Summary. Mrs. Mason instructed the class to be seated. She had just received a letter from principal's office. Before reading it to them, she went through it thoughtfully. The facial expressions that appeared on her face told that letter was of great importance. The silence in the class grew tense and expectant. When she started reading, everybody listened to her attentively. The letter was from Wanda's father. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now we move away to a big city. No more holler Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. There was a deep silence in the class. Miss Mason spoke in very low voice that she was very disappointed. It was very unfortunate that Wanda had to quit the school because of the discriminatory behavior of her classmates. Miss Mason further said that she hoped that the students of room number 13 hadn't done anything intentionally to hurt anyone's feelings. Whatever happened in the past was very sad and a thoughtless action. Everyone should think about their behavior. After listening to the letter, Maddie couldn't concentrate on her studies during the first period. It was true that she had never been a part of the game of teasing. Still, she regretted for being coward and not taking stand for Wanda. Maddie was sad as she never wanted to hurt Wanda's feelings. So, she decided to go to Boggins Heights and find out Wanda and tell her that she had won the drawing contest and all her designs were very beautiful. After the school hours, when Maddie met Peggy, she learned that her friend also wanted to meet Wanda and make amends for her behavior. Both of them decided to go and meet Wanda at Boggins Heights. On the way, Peggy said that she had never thought Wanda would take the game of mocking so seriously, as she took her to be dumb. Whereas Maggie was thinking that they would apologize for hurting Wanda and promise her to take stand against such discriminatory behavior in future. When they reached Boggins Heights, they saw Wanda's house was modest and clean. It reminded them of Wanda's unpretentious appearance. Peggy knocked the door, but no one answered because Petronskys had left the Boggins Heights. Both of them felt bad as they were not able to make up for their mistakes. Peggy took it lightly and thought because of her only, Wanda got inspired to draw wonderful designs of the dresses and win the contest. But Maddie was sad on the way back home and she spent sleepless nights thinking about her irresponsible behavior. Maddie took a resolution that she would not remain silent anymore and take a stand if anyone made fun of others, even though she had to lose her best friend. On Saturday afternoon, Maddie sat down with Peggy to write a friendly letter to Wanda, in which they mentioned Wanda had won the drawing contest. They also asked if she liked her new teacher, new school, and new home. They mailed the letter to Boggins Heights, writing, "Please forward," on the envelope. Days passed by, they didn't get any reply from Wanda. They thought maybe she is still annoyed and hurt because of their behavior. With the passage of time, Peggy forgot about the incident. But Maddie was unable to do that. In her dreams, she often saw herself defending Wanda from the crowd of girls who were trying to make fun of her. On the last day of the school, before Christmas, their teacher informed that she had received a letter from Wanda. She is happy to know where she lived, and now she would be able to send Wanda her medal. Miss Mason read the letter aloud, and the class listened to her attentively. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl, Peggy, to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and a friend, Maddie, to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. On the way back home, Peggy thought that Wanda really liked them as a friend, whereas Maddie felt sorry for not being able to meet Wanda in future while holding the drawing gifted by Wanda. At home, when Maddie looked at the drawing carefully, she was surprised to see that the face on the drawing looked like a face. She ran towards Peggy's house and saw the drawing gifted to her. She exclaimed with joy and said that face on the drawing resembled to Peggy. Seeing her image on the drawing made by Wanda, Peggy was very happy and exclaimed with joy that Wanda really liked them. But Maddie blinked away the tears that came to her eyes, thinking about Wanda and the discriminatory behavior she had to face in the school. In the end, we can say that one should be kind and never discriminate others on the basis of their religion, physical appearance, family status, etc. Moral: appearances can be deceptive.